What's up, everybody? Welcome to this fine-ass Tuesday evening. No, it's not even Tuesday, it's Thursday, so that just shows you how much I know about my day. It's been that busy, but we've got a fantastic game in the upper bracket. Evesports EGL 1 Season 2 coming at you hot with Sinister 5 versus ATK. The king battle of two very solid teams here. I mean, we've got the kings of South African Counter-Strike against one of the up-and-coming rosters who are sort of crafting a name for them at the top flights of South African CS. Nick, straight off the bat here, tell us about this game and what you make of it.
I mean, come on, it's been a while since we've been able to watch ATK. There hasn't actually been a streamed game of ATK in EGL 1 Season 2 so far. So, I mean, this is the first time people maybe haven't watched ATK as of recent. They haven't played a BO3 in a hot minute. I mean, I think the last BO3 they would have played would have been last year, actually, now that I think of it. Or it would have been the start
the first event of the year, exactly.
Yeah, so it would have actually been then. That was like, what, 2 and a bit months ago since they played a best of 3. So, I mean, it's been a hot minute. So it's going to be a good one. I mean, Sinister 5, we spoke about the addition of Frozen, adding a star player to their team. They've got some sick players in there, but I mean, it's ATK. I mean, it's ATK. So, I mean, it's going to be a good one.
It's like 2018 Australis type of thing. Like anytime you see somebody playing against ATK, it's like, okay, let's see how close they can make it. Not like, oh, we got a game in our hands. I mean, listen, we always want to try and craft a narrative that we're going to have a super competitive game, but you also have to be realistic, right? ATK, they've been at the top flights of South African Counter-Strike for actually what's coming up on a year now, if you think about it. Like, they started their run sort of around June last year. And they've just been really making inroads. No one's actually really come close to beating them in a best of 3. They've just been in a complete league of their own up until this point. Completely contrasting storyline for Sinister 5, as you said, and as we mentioned in our past few broadcasts, they've just added Frozen, which I think has been an amazing pickup for the Sinister 5 team. I think they were quite sorely actually lacking that star player role. Sort of, they had like 5 good players, like 4 very solid players in particular who could frag, but they never had that one out-and-out star player. So Frozen brings that to the mix, and he's certainly going to be one of the key focuses tonight, Nick. If Sinister 5 are going to be competitive here against ATK, he has to be popping off and he has to be performing at the top of his level.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, like, you think of the AWP on Sinister 5, you think of Frozen, and then you think of the AWP on the other team, on the enemy team. He has to come up against Slowy. So, I mean, Slowy, one of the top 3-4 players in South Africa. I mean, I think they actually, in all honesty, like, drawing similarities between the two, I think they have very similar AWPing styles. That being aggressive, sometimes sticking around too long, all the positives and negatives you can think about Slowy. I think you can say that the same thing about Frozen, maybe sticking around too long in gunfights, maybe re-peaking too often, definitely having the ability to open rounds, get double frags, win rounds as fast as they can lose them, all that sort of stuff. So it will be extremely tough for Frozen to have a say in the server. I mean, everyone speaks about Mistim's flashes and just ATK's team play in general. Obviously, this will be the first time we've seen Mango in a stream server. I mean, this has been a while since it was the first tournament of the year when obviously Dario left to join DNMK, which has been another sick team in the scene. But I mean, now it's ATK. We speak about creating this sort of a narrative and we want to make it as close as possible. But I mean, there's no real team that's come close besides like DNMK and Goliath making it like 25 plus rounds. So since the 5 got one hell of a hill to climb tonight.
They certainly do. I mean, listen, it's not to say that it's like mission impossible, right? Like, I don't put it past the Sinister 5 team to pick up a map here tonight and actually pull off a bit of an upset and make ATK really work for the win. Like, it definitely favors ATK coming into this affair, but I think that Sinister 5 have what it takes to be competitive here. If they're firing on all cylinders, if Chappie's feeling really comfortable with the calls he's making, sometimes he can call really solid T-sides as well. Tends to keep things slightly basic as well, not like the most expansive and complex T-sides you'll see. Sort of sticks to the traditional textbook in Counter-Strike from what I've seen, but he does it really well and he mixes it up very nicely as well. So I'm keen to see how Sinister 5 are going to be matching up against that. Let's talk a little bit about the maps that we've got. First up is going to be Vertigo, which was picked by Sinister 5, and then we have ATK picking Inferno, stock standard, and Mirage as the third coming up if we go the distance. So Vertigo and Inferno, first 2 maps up. I think that Vertigo is probably one of the better maps that Sinister 5 could have picked coming into this series.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Vertigo, and what ATK have produced in the past, we think about DNMK picking it into them, we think about Goliath picking it into them. Those maps sort of going like 16-12, 16-13, being really close, being really contested maps. So I think it is going to be an interesting way in which how Sinister 5 choose to approach this. However, with that being said, you were speaking about doing things like simple, doing things stupid simple. playing the basics of the game. That's pretty much what Inferno is, fighting for map control, pushing and pulling, that whole sort of thing. So Inferno is going to be a completely different ball game than Vertigo. I think Sin 5 have found Vertigo like a sort of a safe pick in Vertigo. So if they can take that map, they'll definitely need it, because I don't really see a way in which they're going to win Inferno, considering like how much ATK enjoy playing that map, how solid they are. They have a couple run-ins at the NMK on that map, but I mean, pretty much everything seems pretty solid on Inferno for ATK.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, like if they're going to be competitive in the series and take it the distance, they have to win Vertigo. I agree with that. I think Inferno is going to be a very tough ask going into that second map of the series. You had an opportunity to play against Sinister 5 yesterday, actually, incidentally, on Vertigo as well. And you guys bested them 16-12. You were 10-5 up at the halftime on the T side, and then you finished things off on the CT side. So, I mean, not the best result for Sinister 5, but you can never really make one, complete assessment of a team's map and how they'll be competing on that map of one game. What are your takeaways from that, considering you were in the server against them? You would have a great experience.
I thought it was kind of interesting, because you got it the opposite way. We started on CT and then we finished on T.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay. One thing I found really interesting is what Sin 5 like to do is they're more than happy to play 5v5 retake on A, which is super touch and go. Like what they do when they retake, they stay 5v5, they do like a wall of smokes in front of Crane, and then they smoke off Skinny and flash and take. So it is going to be interesting to see how ATK deal with that. But if you think about like the individual skill of ATK, I wouldn't be doubting if they walking into a bomb site 1 or 2 men up, sort of thing. So Sinister 5 can't really fall back on those retakes, because they worked some rounds, but if you just save a couple mollies, you molly the bomb when the smokes are up, then the smokes dissipate, you no longer have that coverage. So it will be interesting to see how they take things, but I think Frozen's definitely that X factor that they need. He likes to wild down B ramp, get a frag, A ramp, get a frag, peak middle, stuff like that. So I think Frozen has to be one of those players who's going to get the opening picks, make it 5v4 scenarios for Sinister 5, and then they're more than happy to play retake and win those rounds.
Yeah, on that note, I mean, like you just sort of touched on what I'm going to be alluding to now as well, and that's that Frozen he throws in that element of unpredictability, right? Which is, if they're constantly committing to that 5-man retake on the A bomb side, as the T side that you can almost take that side for free. There isn't going to be any contest. So as you mentioned, you can just hold on to some of your util. The specific post-plant positions you want to get into because you have that time to set up. So I think that approach is fine. I just think you can't outright commit to that from the beginning of the round sort of thing. You have to throw in some elements of variation, sometimes take those forward presses, sometimes contest ramp, but I don't mind it. I think it's actually one of the more basic ways to approach playing the CT side of Vertigo, and just to play retake on A. It's pretty safe because you're not risking your lives in the early stages of the round to take the fights, and then so often we see players being isolated, like the one guy will be blocked off from the wall of smoke, so he'll be still playing towards Skinny while the other 2 guys get segregated. So I think it's a fine approach, so long as you just, like I say, don't outright commit to that from the beginning of the round.
Yeah, I think it will be interesting, because we speak about 5v5s and retaking when you even men, but I mean that's best case scenario for Sinister 5, right? But what happens when things go wrong? What happens when Mango's causing you problems towards B? What happens when you lose an opening pick to Slowy? All those sort of things have to go through Sinister 5's brain, because when you're down a man, playing retake, you're not gonna have any luck playing retake. When the T's are man up, that you've got 40 seconds or 35 seconds to retake a bomb site, it's really not going to be that enjoyable for Sinister 5. So I think it's going to be interesting to see these opening duels, how they go, who's going to win them out. Will Frozen be in that sort of category of winning those opening duels? And then again, how Sinister 5 choose to play these retakes, and how ATK counter that. Like, if you do the wall of smokes and the smoke towards Skinny, what are ATK's protocols? What are they going to do? Stuff like that. It's going to be super interesting to see how this game pans out.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You also touched on the point that we haven't seen ATK on stream in a best of 3 in a while now, about 2 months. Obviously, they've been taking a part in ESEA, which has just been easy mode for them. They're 16-0 in ESEA at the end of the regulation season. And they're not a part of VS because obviously, well, we've been saying for a while now that they're not supposed to be in South Africa anymore. But let's get into the first map. Kicking off proceedings here, we've got ATK on the T side, and they've already taken very early middle control. Slowy, along with Mango, have posted a crossfire, and they started to make their way forward, and Frozen catches a ding for his trouble, was just looking for some mere information, and he gets the full meeting of the bullets. Slowy pivots 180 onto Chappie. Oh my god, is this what we're in store for tonight? Because if it is, it could be a quick one, but there is a bit of a response coming through towards the B stairs. Ruben lately and just Ruben and lately actually find 3 kills between them. However, it's still the 2v1 here as ATK find themselves the plant.
Oh baby, Shia 1v2. Hasn't retrieved a kit though, so I mean, Mistum doesn't have armor. One tap headshot towards Slowy means that Shroud could be winnable. The kit has now been retrieved, and both ATK players reside towards the left side of the bomb site. So all Shia does, she has to get info. He's got information on towards Slowy. Double flash comes in, and Slowy gets a free kill. We speak about Mistum's flashes. That's the first kill that Slowy gets.
I was gonna, the third actually.
The first
give the lad some credit.
Being full blind. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean,
yeah, he's already racked one up.
Like,
those entries.
Those oaks, dude.
Jeez, I mean, you see, that's something about Slowy, right? Is he almost has to get into the game to start taking over the server. And when he has like a sequence like that, he can just continue in that form for a whole half. Like, not a lot of people have the ability to do that, man. To just keep on dominating and keep up that playstyle and not get severely punished. Sometimes it takes him a bit longer, 6, 7, 8 rounds, he can be 1 for 7 because he's struggling to force himself into the game. But that pistol round can set somebody up like Slowy very nicely. I mean, seeing how it plays out now, he's got the AK in the round, and ATK being a bit more precautious in this round. They recognize they've got that big advantage. They've got all the weapons in the world to work with. It's a force buy and response here from Sinister 5, so I like this extra attention to detail that's coming out of ATK right now.
Ooh, Manga actually just heard that smoke get impact on towards Chappie. So they've got information on 2 of these players. The question is, how do they choose to approach this? Fady doesn't have head armor, which is actually something interesting to keep in mind if he walks into one of these USPs or MP9s. Blaze is just going to clear out the safe site, and again, some 5 lane retake. Frozen?
Big timing game there. It seems like ATK actually want to change things up and get towards the A side. Blaze has gotten so far forward, pretty much has control of the site. He's isolated Frozen as well, who's basically just looking to stay alive right now. But ATK will get the plant at the bare minimum, should be able to convert the round relatively easy considering the amount of control that they've already secured. And missed it, my god. Just pivots 180, and he picks up the frag on lately as well. 3 kills with that Galil, all in one magazine as well, making it look easy. Blaze, he wants in some of the action as well. He's seen a couple people. He hasn't been able to find the flags, and they offer themselves up on a silver platter. The lineup, easy $1,200 for Blaze, and ATK dispatched that force buy with ease.
Yeah, and that was a force buy. And Sinister 5, I mean, we always speak about like some sort of maps where things go interesting. It's sort of like when you have these force buys, sometimes you have to make a play. It's not like a map like Inferno where you could just drop smokes and choke points, Sometimes you have to get that opening kill with the scouts or something. They just sat on the bomb sites. They tried to play retake. They mistimed the nades. Nothing was going well. And that was a force buy which got absolutely picked apart by the SMGs and obviously the 3 frags from Mistum's Galil. But this is just going to be a flash play towards Skinny. Blaze is full white. He's going to see these players running down. 1, 2.
Transfer, switches to the P250 and lands a clean 1 tap. Oh, that was crispy. ATK they're looking well oiled, Nick. Sometimes they seem like they can take 4 or 5 rounds to start feeling the occasion. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can just blow you out of the water from round 1, but sometimes they can be slightly slow starters. However, that's not the case here on Vertigo. At least not on the T side, and they want to try and kick up the pace here in this first gun round as well. Missed him. He's just charging straight through with this Mac 10. He's already got him behind Ruben, who hasn't heard. He's reacted too late to the information, and that's round over. Done and dusted. If you're Sinister 5, you're calling to save these weapons immediately. You have no business in trying to retake this right now. You have 3 rifles and the orb. Get out of there.
Yeah, you were speaking about starting slow, and this round was the exact opposite. It felt like these players never let go of W out of spawn. And I mean, Mistum, he gets a frag with the Mac 10, gets a free upgrade to an M4, and they're responding from year to year. I think if you're ATK, possibly send out 1 or 2 players to try hunt for these rifles, considering you're good, you've got a bomb plant, you're going to get that extra cash money, and if you take these rifles away from Sinister 5, they're going to have a real tough time in these coming buy rounds. So now the goal for Sinister 5 is just keeping these guns, and Frozen is going to make good work with Fady.
Even if they lose everybody here and they pick up 1 kill, like even that's still worth for ATK at this point, but it doesn't even look like they're going to be able to find a single frag. At least Sinister 5 have made absolutely sure that they're taking all of these weapons into the next round. But I just want to quickly speak about that super aggressive strat in the first gun round when you're on the T side. When you've won the first 3 rounds, you picked up pistol, anti-force, anti-eco, and you're sitting 3-0 up going into the first full gun round, you know that the CTs have a little bit of pressure on their shoulders and they want to get into the affair. I am a massive proponent of being super aggressive in that first gun round, just rushing a bomb site, not giving the CTs any time to set up and get comfortable, trying to exploit any gaps, and it worked out perfectly there for ATK.
Yeah, like, I mean, Mistim just ran in with these Mac 10. We were speaking about just using the pace of the round and then use these Mac 10 to full effect, gets a 3 and 4. And why I like gesticulated saying, oh no, is because lately he was trying to find his AK, he dropped his FAMAS, and then had a USP. So he had to be dropped over that M4. So things aren't going to go too great besides the fact that Ruben's just fragged out Fady. He's had a start. He hasn't posted
that timing, I don't know if you caught that. Fady nearly managed to sneak into position there undetected. But Ruben off the flash just clears the angle and gets the kill. He sprays his entire 30 into the smoke. So Mango just steps out and takes the kill for free. Lately the first responder will find one, but he also gets traded. And now it's down to Slowy and Blaze to try and convert this round. ATK, a man down right now. Slowy will commit to the plancher. So it's going to have to be a retake for Sinister 5. Flash, smoke, and kit. They've got everything they need to make this happen. But they need to find the frags. Slowy getting the job done with the AK this time. Wants to keep on trying to find the kills. Blaze steps out as well. And he gets taken down by Sheer. So that's Sinister 5 on the board here in the 5th.
Yeah, I mean, about time, right? They lost the first gun round, but with those important saved rifles coming into the next, they were able to get work done with them. Sheer's able to upgrade to that AK. And again, posting that first round on the board. And Vertigo, it sort of lends its more, I don't know, like, dude, every single broadcast we like is Vertigo T or CT sided. I don't even know at this stage, dude, because you'll see one team post 10 rounds in CT and then the other team makes it overtime with their 10 rounds. I don't even know, like, whether this map's T or CT sided. But I mean, if ATK is playing, they'll make it look like whatever side they're starting at. So
absolutely.
They chose T side, so I mean, maybe it's T sided.
I think it can come down to personal preference. Chappie, if he gets spotted through the gap here, Blaze was ready and waiting for him, holding the angle. Chappie tried the cheeky little ninja play there, trying to nestle himself in the corner undetected. It can be a very strong position when you got players at the top of the ramp and they can take the attention away from you. But Blaze was ready and waiting, and Mango, he picks up a kill towards middle as well. Does a good job to actually find that frag, considering there's a bit of a contingency of CT players there taking control. Notice Sinister 5 left B, by the way, so they're not afraid to, you know, try and double up, take mid, and then retake B from there. But the emphasis is going to be towards the A site. They're going to have to lock down the defense. Sheer, along with Frozen, the AWPer, the big gun player here for his team, holding the angle towards ramp, lands a nice first shot onto Mistim, and then just makes his way back through the smoke. Not a bad kill, keeping it in 2v3. Bomb still has to be collected here as well, so round's not done just yet for ATK.
Yeah, the bomb's all the way back, and Ruben's going to get these sound cues, but Blaze is going to catch Frozen in no man's land. He didn't actually spot out Ruben towards Link. He has now, and he's fragged him out. Blaze, dude, this guy. I feel like recently, Blaze is just, I feel like towards the end of last year, he had a bit of a lackluster sort of performance. But I feel like at the start of this year, he has probably been one of ATK's best players. I think he's hit form. I think he's been fragging like to no end. I think when they go overseas, I'm super excited to see what Blaze can do, because I feel like he's a player who can win rounds single-handedly. Oh, I'm so excited for what Josh can do overseas, dude. I think he's such a good player.
Bro, you want to talk about underrated players in South African Counter-Strike? Blaze has to be at the top of the list.
That's facts. Oh, knife him, Ruben. Dude, hello?
I mean, I guess he just wanted to secure the kill, right? Not a bad start job for Sinister 5, considering it is just the eco is upgraded to the AK, but it's the full wrap coming through. Chicken, mince, beef, call it whatever you want. They're all over this B bomb site. And actually, it's Sinister 5 who are still finding some kills, keeping this interesting right now. Oh, Slowy tapping away at the P250, doesn't connect. It's fallen apart here. It's one of those horrible wraps where it's just like super oily and broken apart, unless Slowy can pick up the knife and fork and make it look easy as he consumes his first player. And he's got time to work with here. I mean, it's not like the job is done yet for Sinister 5. And you know, whenever Slowy's alive in a clutch, there's some glimmer of hope left in the round. He didn't spot him towards him. Oh no, Slowy. Oh man, the tunnel vision.
And Lushko, what an interesting analogy. Talking about
I just had to keep going with it, man.
I respect it. I was like, dude, this guy's onto something. The rap.
I'm not hungry.
Knife and fork consuming oaks.
Oh, wait. It had layers, bruv. It had layers.
Yeah. You know what likes the rap where it's soggy, it's dripping out, it's falling apart. That was what ATK's rap was there, dude. It's the rap where you want your money back.
Yeah, exactly. You're going back to that vendor for sure. ATK towards the A side here again, taking some early ramp control. This time around, Sinister 5 not really being too proactive in the defense.
Ruben flanking. He spots Mango shoot. Huh?
Oh. He's holding the angle. Did you not spot him? He hasn't reacted, I guess.
I'm sure he's...
Okay, Mango still dies here. No, Mango dies here, 100%. Oh, hello. There we go. Unlucky. As he comes around the corner, it's just like, yeah, I regret that decision. So that's actually a really big frag here for Sinister 5, because ATK now know that Sinister 5 know that they're grouped up outside A, because Ruben had all that information. So ATK has to try and re-explore the opposite side of the map. All in the meanwhile, Chappie's been able to get a kill onto Slowy. So Sinister 5 making things happen in this gun round. They could string a second together here as well, build up a bit of an economy. Remember, the previous round win came at the back of the decoys, so they could start to sink their teeth into this half if they win this round, and it's looking increasingly likely.
Yeah, this is a oh baby Mr. 1v4 moment. I mean, Frozen, he looks to be getting a bit antsy towards Heaven Room. And I mean, if you give Mr. these 1v1s, he's going to chomp them up. He's going to char this rap as if it's no one's business. But I mean, the wall bang and the nade, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Third round in a row. I'm lying. Third round out of the last four.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, I think Sinister 5 are probably going to be starting to feel a bit better. Well, not that they would have been feeling too bad, but they're going to be starting to feel pretty good about proceedings right now. It's going to be an eco here from ATK. So these are the types of rounds that, Nick, you like absolutely cannot afford to lose when you're going up against ATK. When you've done so hard to break their economy that you've earned an anti-eco round, you have to be absolutely sure that you convert these sorts of rounds. And they're going to be tested as ATK. They're flying forward. They're rushing up towards A. Frozen's completely blind. He's got a bit of cover from that smoke, but he's still going to get taken down. Now it falls on Shia and his teammates to try and lock down the defense. But ATK, they don't have to commit here. They've retrieved the AWP. They could actually just try and slow things down, but it looks like they want to continue committing. I'm not sure. They used one of the two smokes. Oh, excuse me. They got two more remaining still. I'm going to give Fady some time here with the AWP. Let him try and pick something up. Good discipline coming out of from Sinister 5. Not taking any unnecessary fights. Recognizing they know that there is an AWP now in play for ATK. So they're just going to allow the plant to happen. They know that they have the util to make the retake happen. Fady missing an absolutely important shot there with the AWP. That would have been the frag ATK needed to try and make proceedings a bit easier. And here comes that retake game you're talking about. One smoke towards Crane, one towards Skinny, and now players are going to be starting to filter into position. Fady not hitting anything right now with the SORP. He's the key in the round. That's why you can see he's looking to take fights. He doesn't want to play the long game. Any kills that come from his teammates, pistols here are gravy. In fact, it's only the that's gone down. Blaze and Slowy find 2 each there in the post plant. And Nick, they just can't get that anti-eco down.
I thought it was super interesting the way you put it, right? And it actually had me like thinking about what you said. The way you said you can't afford to lose these rounds you've earned from ATK. And I think that's a super interesting way about looking at an anti-eco in general, regardless of whether it's ATK. Oh, okay. I'll hold my thought because Fady, oh my days,
really interrupting you.
I'll wait for this round to play out because
yeah.
If the CS gods allow it, the next round should be eco for Sin 5 because ATK don't often lose these. Mango's got this mid lurk going, so he can shoot these players in the back. Time winning. Oh, okay. Okay, cheeky little boost there.
Ooh. Lately finds a second. He's going to continue charging forward. He picks third, making it look all too easy. All of a sudden, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, it's just Mango left on the lurk. They're going to have to surely start realizing this. He drops in. He's been hurt. He takes down Lately. You tap to the fuse. He knows Shia's behind him, spraying away. He hasn't instantly found the kill. Shia goes. He goes down. He's also identified Chippy's location. He tries to get the molly off, but there's still a smoke on the bomb. So it can't take effect, and Chappie, by the skin of his teeth, secures the round for Sinister 5.
Dude, Lately, what? Dude, Lately just ran into the sights. He gets one over the boost, runs through the smoke, gets 2 more.
We call that BD, bro.
Oh that's my goodness.
BD plays.
I respect it, dude. I respect it big time. Oh my goodness, 3 sick frags, and because of that, I was saying, oh yeah, ATK don't often drop these rounds. I mean,
yeah.
Lately, he just gets 3 and easy as you like. Fady.
Oh my god.
He's good for 1. I mean, you can have that on the T side of Vertigo. You're chilling. Any map, 1 for 1
yeah.
for T's, you're chilling.
Absolutely. I do think Vertigo probably, or rather Ruben probably like face palmed when he saw that Vertigo's picked, because he knows as the core B player that he's going to have Fady on his doorstep every single round. And imagine just knowing that as the B player, that this guy's just going to be lurking on your half of the map every round. That's just like such a horrible thing to know that you have waiting for you just down the stairs over there.
I mean, Frozen, he just went, but he's going to go back? Okay, yeah, that's true though. What you said, I think it's so rough. Like, one of the best lurkers, possibly the best lurker in the country. I mean, we speak about his aim. He's possibly one of the most mechanically gifted. And, I mean, you never want to be holding a sight when you know Fady's going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
Bomb's going to be planted. Not going to be denied at all. Before retake.
You see, those are just mollies you can't afford to miss, man. I know that's being a little bit critical, but if he lands that molly, denies the plant for a bit longer, unsettles ATK, I don't know, you get in a better position to make the retake happen. It's a small detail, but they're going to have to forget about that right now as they start making the retake happen. You can see that dry run coming into effect now. Smoke towards Crane, flashes as well. Slowy, he just charges straight through the smoke. Looks to force the issue, does a good job, but it's Sinister 5 who answer back with a few kills of their own. Good patience and discipline there from Mango to hold the angle, and he has to get out, and he does. Frozen has no chance here to find the defuse. He doesn't have the kit either. But Mango, with that important realization that he didn't have to take the fight and he just had to preserve his life, ATK back to winning ways.
Yeah, everyone getting a frag. I mean, Slowy wilding through the smoke off his teammate's flash allowed him to get a frag of his own, and then he knew no one was sticking the bomb. Blaze caught out towards sandbags, but as you said, Mango, he just realized the magnitude of the situation. He just ran. He just hard-tailed it out of there. He was like, nah, not having any of this.
Yeah.
He was able to win the round. Sin 5, though, they have that saved AWP. They brought up around a couple Deagles and an MP9 on James. Shia, rather. Sick flash from Shia as well.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately weren't able to capitalize. Frozen's the key in the round right now, obviously. He's the player with the AWP as Mango finds a kill towards middle, I believe. Yeah, he takes down lately. Frozen is the absolute integral player right now for Sinister 5. He's got the AWP, he's the star player. They've gone for the full investment into this round. I didn't see how much cash they had exactly, but looking at the buy, it couldn't have been much. They were 6s and 7s in terms of their economy, and Frozen towards middle, forces the issue, finds the kill, looks to back out. ATK not immediately chasing him down, but Mango and Blaze are going to just make sure that proceedings remain in ATK's favor. Rotation from Frozen has come through. Oh my god, missed him tapping away, but he doesn't connect with the Gilil, and Frozen has an opportunity to clutch this one out right now, trying to cover himself from the B bomb site, but unfortunately for him, Mango is able to find an angle to pick up the kill. I don't know, were you on Muslim's POV there or
no,
not?
I was just watching Frozen be full blind.
Yeah, so Frozen, you should have seen that from Muslim's perspective. He's like, oh, there's a head, free kill. Tap, tap. Like, he had all the time in the world to think about, I'm not hitting this guy, readjust the crosshair, tap, tap, still nothing, and then he gets orbed. Like, that was so awkward, man.
Okay, so now that it's an eco, I'm gonna...
Yes.
You know, Fady's just so rude, dude. He's just double dragging in front of me, like...
We'll have to have a word with him next time. Yeah. Just slow things down a bit.
But basically, you were saying, like, earning an anti-eco, which I think a super... Oh, sick, okay. A super interesting way of looking at it, about earning the anti-eco, you know?
Yeah.
And especially against a team like ATK or against any good team. Nice 5-man mid stack coming out. You have... those are free rounds, you know? Like those, you've worked so hard in the gun rounds. You've done all the hard work. And then those are free rounds. You've got to be converting to put the other team into the ground. Fady, ATK, they're going to be converting this.
Fady. Doing his best work to interrupt you again, my man. Just creating highlight after highlight.
I mean, I got to respect it. Truly, right?
Yeah, surely. If someone takes the kill, it's just sacrilege.
Ace Lele.
So, yeah, I think especially just to cap off that point, it's also when you're the underdog and you're going up against the best. Definitely. And now you've won these gun rounds and you've earned this anti-eco. To lose that round is so bitter, man. Like, that's just... It's going to be very tough to beat ATK if you're not winning every anti-eco round that's posed your way. Oh, Fady, I respect the trade attempt there after his teammate got taken down. Sinister 5 have genuinely been getting the better of ATK in terms of this very early fight towards B stairs. I mean, sometimes it's just been that 1-for-1 trade, but I feel like Sinister 5's been doing a pretty good job on that half of the map. And now they've gotten 2 kills that have gone unanswered, so they set up very nicely in this round. What do you think, Nick? How many rounds do they need you to be competitive going into the second half? I don't think 4 is enough, so maybe 5 or 6? Which one would you... Oh, I mean, obviously 6, but
6.
Do you think they can be competitive with 6?
I think definitely, but they have to convert this round, which looks like they're doing good work on it so far. Mistem and Blaze in the 2v5, so this is definitely a round they should be converting. And I think if you can get this round, ATK's money is not going to be too great coming into the next, considering they have no rounds of loss bonus. That means you should be posting 6 on the board. Let's see what they can get done. 2v5. Blaze going to get flashed in by Mistem.
What does he go through here? He does. Flash over the top, Blaze through the smoke, but Chappie was able to avoid it. Great shot there from Mistem. Absolutely surgical precision. And is this going to be one of those historic moments that I get to add to one of my show reels in the near future? Or is Mistem just going to get taken down here? Doesn't have much time to work with. And the crossfire of death has been set up. My god. Beautiful accuracy from him again as he decimates lately. Obviously, Chappie is the impending threat right now, and he looks to expose himself. And Mistem's going to commit to the plant. Sinister 5, you know that right now they're going to be giving him all the respect in the world. They want to make sure that he has no chance of winning this as he starts to work around the corner. Oh my god. If he hits that follow-up shot onto Shia after he takes down Chappie, Mistem 100% wins that round, no doubt in my mind.
Oh, I believed. Oh my goodness, dude. Like, you know someone is feeling it, where the first shot they hit is like the crispest one-tap. Crispest? The most crisp one tap ever. That 30 to 29 one tap. You know?
Yeah.
My days, Mistem was feeling it. He's been doing 1,500 kills in DM every day. So he's putting in the hard work and he's reaping the benefits. And I mean, oh my gosh. But I mean, Sin 5, we were talking about 6 rounds. Hopefully they can get this one. So ATK are just going to pressure this mid B once more. We saw them
lately
face to this.
Yeah, lately we're trying to put that MP9 to use, wants to try and force some early fights, but it's actually Frozen who's going to pick up the reward off of lately's hard work. Mango was just trying to chase down the MP9, he heard that SMG, got baited in, but the switch came through and Frozen punishes him. And that's a good start for Sinister 5 in this all-important round. As you're mentioning, they have to convert this to take a 6th into the second half. It's looking doable. Double AWP setup as well, by the way. Ruben with that second AWP, he's towards a ramp at the moment. Dude. Yeah, Blaze punishing him, and probably not aggressive to be, or not necessary rather, to be trying to make those sorts of plays. I mean, you have the one-man advantage, and Frozen's continuing to do work here. So, rather just try and control map, right, at that point.
Yeah, and I'm so confused considering Sin 5 live and die by this retake sort of way. They play over towards A, and then you're just going to regress middle when you're man advantage. Now we're speaking about retaking A. ATK have got that site. The bomb's going to be planted, and I mean, now 3v3 retake. You do have 2 smokes. I do assume it's going to be the standard wall of smokes that they've been throwing majority of the time. A re-smoke towards Link means Chappie's life is going to be difficult, especially if he's in the grave.
Yeah. Mistem, he's been landing some fantastic shots. Not going to be adding any more to his tally in this half, however. Retake still on the cards here. Frozen with 2 flashes and the kit Shia by his side here. And they need to try and force the issue. They have to get something done. Frozen tapping the bomb, but Fady, he times his peak to perfection. There takes down Shia, and now it's just Frozen. Look to try and make some shenanigans happen, but Blaze with the no-scope gives Frozen a taste of his own medicine with that AWP frag, and it's going to be ATK who take double digits into the second half. Let's just have a look at the scores here, because Blaze is 17 and 8 right now, man. He had an amazing T-side.
I don't even think that 17 does him justice, dude. 121 ADR.
Yeah,
like,
there we go.
If you're an entry fragger and you're putting up sick numbers like that, then oh my goodness, it makes it so easy for your other teammates. I mean, if Mango doesn't even have to frag, if Blaze is pulling out the numbers of 17 and 8, so... does look like Niix and 5 are going to go for this B rush, or they actually going to fake it. Okay, I like it.
Look at Slowy. He's getting some vital info here, mates. He's coming up with the flank already in T spawn, coming up behind Chappie, but he gets dispatched off, and lately's also picked up the kill towards Fady, so the A bomb side's completely vacant now. This is a great pistol round that Sinister 5 find themselves in the midst of right now, but Mr. with the quick response! Oh my god, that second tap was absolutely tasty. And Blaze also picks up a kill of his own, so all of a sudden it's turned from a 5v3 into a 2v3, favoring ATK. Quick flank coming through from Mango and Blaze. They've cleared out ramp side of the map. They can now start working on the A side. Blaze picks up another kill, and it now falls on Mango. The young gun here for ATK. He's without a kit, but not without a pack. Tapping away. He can't connect on Sheer. He knows exactly where he is. He's looking to force the issue, and he's going to connect on that shot with the P2K. Oh man, gets the job done. Ball dropped by Sinister 5, considering that amazing position that they found themselves in.
Trust in Rust, dude. That knife glove compo. Fan of it, fan of it. And Mango, though. I mean, we were speaking about Slowy getting all that info, pushing mid. He flanked B, got the info that it wasn't B, and then missed him. 2 crisp one-taps. Meant that Mango, all he had to do the easy thing, you know? It's just win the round, Mango. Come on.
Oh, yeah. He got the easy... Just one kill, bruv. Did you see what missed him, dude? No, but for real, those 2 clean taps from Mistim are like, those are round-changing frags, man. Those are such high-impact kills, because you also only have such a small opportunity and window to get those kills, right? So, like, to land both of those shots instantly, round-changing.
Ooh, double mid setup. They've got the read.
Big nade. Oh, no, didn't have enough distance. Oh, man. They're in trouble here. Slowy could get overwhelmed. He is going to get taken down and now falls on Mango. Has to stand tall, and he will.
It's always rough when you got no head armor and the other guys are FAMAS, or even anything, like something that doesn't one-tap headshot. You just think to yourself, oh, imagine I had head armor.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mango's going to be eating those up. Ooh. Where was
He's on the flank. He's on the flank.
I was wondering, I was speaking Frozen and I heard
Did he do that from the site?
I was like, dude, what? Where's that kill? But okay. That's why they had so many players over towards B. Fady just knew it was happening, so...
Yeah, it's starting to get away from Sinister 5. This is where you sort of say do and die, right? First full gun round on the T side. Not only because if they lose it, it's like 13-5, eco 14-5, but also you need to make a statement. If you're making a comeback on the T side, you need to win that first gun round. You need to show the CTs we have what it takes to be competitive in this half. In particular, because ATK are on pretty much a bonus round here. I mean, SMGs, FAMASs, 1 M4, that's what they've got at their disposal. So if you can't win with full AKs and full util against this mix-up buy, how on earth are you going to do it against the might of the AWP on Slowy and rifles and util across the board?
Oh, cheer. Oh, he's even spotted the player going towards ladder. Slowy gets taken down, not without giving Sheer a nice little dink, and Blaze towards B. He's going to catch out Ruben. Mango's going to try to push the issue, and Sheer's going to gobble that one up. It means it's Fady and Blaze left in the 2v4. But if you're Sin 5, slow things down, group up, hit a site together. Because what you want to do is catch these ATK players in limbo. Do they want to stack A? Do they want to stack B? If it's 1-1, it's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. You sort of want the CTs to split up 1-1 at this point. You know you've got 4 players to work with. Fady wants to force the issue here. He spots out the shoulder. Chappie, he was turning away there, I think, initially to see the smoke or maybe avoid a flash, what you originally thought it was. And that means he's off the angle. I think he probably gets that kill onto Chappie if he keeps clearing out the angle that he was. But such is life. And Sinister 5, they're on a tear right now in this round. I mean, great work by them keeping 4 players alive. That's going to be giving them a boost of confidence heading into this half to try and make this comeback a reality.
Oh yeah, definitely. However, I'm going to cut things a bit short for Sin 5 because they still got another buy round to get through. I assume if Blaze doesn't save this AK, they may choose to eco into the next, but I do assume that they're going to buy around this considering ATK loses round, Blaze can drop over an M4, Mistim and Mango can buy for themselves, which means Slowy, he probably gets a scout of some sort. So I think if you're Sinister 5, you've got to post this next round. And then we've got a real game on our hands coming into the T side of Vertigo for Sin 5.
Yeah, this is just the start of what has to be a bit of a run now. They have to string a couple consecutive rounds together, and they're going to be tested once again. ATK are going to invest everything they've gotten. They muster up a pretty decent buy. I mean, they saved the AK from the previous round, 3 M4s and a Desert Eagle to complement the weaponry. I mean, it's doable here for ATK. Sinister 5 certainly still going to be tested, but I mean, it's a good opportunity, right, for Sinister 5 to win a round and then get the anti-eco, so... Oh, things just not going their way at all, though. Blaze and Slowy actually giving them a bit of a taste of their own medicine there towards B stairs. Finally, a kill coming back for Sinister 5 through Sheer, but the damage has been done. Him and his EGL Chappie, they have to go absolutely nuclear in this round to win a 2 versus 5. At least they found a killer piece, though, because what that does mean is with so much time left on the clock, they've created some space for themselves now, Nick. They can try and use the timer now to work themselves into something in this round.
Now with ATK losing their reconnaissance mission over towards A, right? Slowly got all that info. He's dead. And now the dart starts to creep in. Fady's holding this mid angle. They have 2 players over towards B. They're choosing to play this retake towards A setup. But they're going to be walking into Mango's grasp any second now. First frag. Oh, okay. I was about to say first frag going Mango's way, but at least he's got the info. Fady, he's got a flash towards the ramp, which allows Mango to peek out. Chappie is going to get taken down as well as Sheer. And Mango's going to get 2 in that round. A sick flash coming out from Fady.
Yeah.
That was a rough round coming out from Sin5. We were speaking about the importance of winning that one, and they just fell a bit short. But I think they're investing right back. Are they? Oh, no. just a partial buy. Just a partial buy.
Yeah, they just baited you in there with the early buy, but just this one thing I want to say, that's one of the best things that you know playing the B bomb side is the support flashes that you can get from the rotators, because they don't have to worry about you. They can just throw them high and far, and it's always going to be behind you, so that's always a solid one. But it's a rush towards the A site right now for Sinister 5. Chappie, he getting a bit ahead of himself there, but Trigger happy, and Fady laps up 2 for his troubles. Missed him still in position as well, but he's got support from Slowy, and between the two of them, they've got no issue in maintaining ramp control. They also identified Lately's position, and he's only going to get the 1 kill before he goes down. So 14-6, Sinister 5 have now entered do or die town. And hopefully they're going to be able to hang around here for a little bit longer than just 2 rounds. I mean, remember, this is their map picnic. So, I mean, yeah, losing this going into Inferno doesn't really paint the best picture.
Yeah, we were speaking about Sinister 5 having any sort of say in the series. Not even winning it, just make it competitive. They had to win their map pick. And ATK, they're making it look easy right now. They're doing good work of them. They've made these anti-ecos costly on Sinister 5 sort of end. They've been winning their own anti-ecos. Sinister 5 crouch walking up ramp, missed him, spotted him so close. Lately's going to swing and actually win out that gunfight. So the only player towards A side is going to be Fady. He's going to drop that molly to delay this hit. He's going to keep control of this alley sort of region. And Sin 5, even though Lately's on 6 HP, man advantage means they should be winning this round. But ATK look like they're going to go for a flash play towards ramp to clear out this sort of region of the map. Lately gets another.
Great work there. Making sure that Sinister 5 still has this advantage as they take middle control. The question is, what do they do with this control? Frozen's found out Slowy, and it seems like they're going to wrap onto this B-bomb side. Blaze still alive and kicking. Man, oh man, what a massive job he has on his shoulders right now. I think he's been spotted out there by Ruben as well. I like his positioning, making sure he isolates himself, so he only takes 1 fight at a time. Picks up the first kill, but Chappie going to be trading him out immediately afterwards. Fady, though, gets himself into position quickly enough. He wants to force the issue. Not interested in saving. He drops a smoke to give himself some cover, but a little bit active there, probably a little bit preemptive and looking to take the fight, and he goes down. Sinister 5, they keep their heads above the water for now.
Yeah, and ATK, missed them on 1.4k, so they're buying right back. Blaze has brought up an AWP straight away, so this is another. Actually, this is such a weird buy. Missed them is just W King ramp. What? I'm so confused.
See, this seems like a lack of discipline round coming out of ATK right now. I mean, I could be wrong, but this kind of feels like, oh, we're ahead 14-7. We're probably just going to be, you know, closing this one out. Let's just buy up some guns and win. But it's been anything but that right now. And Mango and Fady, that's to save these weapons. No armor on either of them as well. Fady's going to get wrapped on here. He doesn't realize that she is still coming through from T-spawn. And Mango, my good man, I mean, I guess he could hang around and have a crack at the 1v3. They've got so much util still, though. I just don't understand how he's going to find any opportunity to get the kill. Does a pretty good job to take down Frozen. Hanging around you, I mean, I suppose with the AWP, this is doable right now. If he can just land one more shot, turns it into the 1v1. Of course, he doesn't realize how passive Sinister 5 are being and getting onto the site right now. Oh, and there we go. As soon as they land that first shot with the AK, the aim punch kicks in and Mango loses his life.
Yeah, that was a super wonky buy coming out from ATK. Mistem invested, Blaze invested. I think Slowy was also one of the players that invested. So Mango and Fady are the only players with a couple bit of extra dollars in the bank. So they're going to be able to drop over pistols this round. So that was a bit of a weird buy, all things considered. But they're going to have pistols coming into this one. And if you're Sin 5, we speak about earning these anti-ecos. You have to be winning a round like this to make things as close as possible. If this is 14-9, got another gun round until you're at double digits. Frozen's going to open things up with the AWP.
Oh, missed him. Answering back with a shot of his own. Continues to tap away. Chimpy racks up 3 anti-eco frags. That's going to help him feel a little bit better about the fragging department of things, which is obviously not going to be his primary focus right now. His brain's fixated on the calls and the IGLing department, and Mango going to get shut down here by Sheer. Very vocal in his approach with the footsteps, very loud, a little bit of, you know, what do you call that, like elephant syndrome or something? I don't know. There's a word for that, though. It's not coming back to me right now. But
Imagine.
Regardless, 14-9. Nick, if Sinister 5 win this, they have double digits and they close the gap to just 4 rounds, and it's going to be an anti-eco afterwards. So, I mean, big round here for Sinister 5 to make a statement in this comeback. Oh, tasty grenade.
Oh my goodness.
I tasted that one from here.
That was a nice wrap, dude. Like, that was the
yeah, that's halloumi, vegetables. It's a little bit, you know, a little bit toasted as well. Oh, golden brown.
The guac is just the perfect amount of lemon and pepper to avo ratio.
You got to stop, G.
Dude. Oh my, the chicken is, oh my god.
Fady, he gives it the cream fraiche on top and missed him covers his teammates. The sour cream was all it needed just to really take it and elevate it to the next level. And now it's a 5v3. The chives, the spices.
Dude.
And 2 of the 3 players are 2 of the players who caught that grenade at the start of the round, Ruben and Sheer. So, I mean, all of these players are within 1-tap range from these M4s. This is a tough ask for Sinister 5. And good work from ATK to stand tall when they needed it the most. I mean, they've been comfortably ahead of proceedings the entire map. But if they lost this round, that's when they probably would have started to, you know, sit up a bit straighter and take the game with the 100% sort of assertiveness. And that's exactly what they're doing right now before things start getting away from them. Missed him going on a bit of an explorative mission there. It's just Sheer left in the clutch now. Collected the bomb. He knows there's a player towards Skinny as well. That's Fady who's rapping on him. Can't get it out of my head now. Wasn't even intentional that time. Mango's shot was though. 15-9. ATK find themselves on map point here. On Sinister 5's map pick.
Oh. Dude. I feel like a rap now.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm hungry. I feel like guacamole.
Just didn't mean to do that to you, lad. Imagine what you're doing to everybody watching. I mean, your descriptions have just been too accurate, man.
Super slow round coming out from Sin 5. 5 contact middle.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind this, actually. I think that this is a viable strat on Vertigo in particular, because you can just overwhelm the mid players. Pretty much always only one CT here. Mango playing from behind the cement right now. Gonna try and time his peak. Only one, surely. Can't afford to get more than that. The support flash comes through, though. And there we go. Picks up the kill on Lately, and he's able to spray it. Oh my god, how did I doubt him? He gets himself 4 kills from cement. Oh, the support was perfect, though, to be fair. Coming in from the B bomb site, that flash was on point. And there was also that peak that came through from A. And that's the map over, done and dusted. And I'm going to get in a lot of trouble because I completely forgot to announce the giveaway. So before I forget about that, let's jump on the giveaway. I believe... we're doing a Steam voucher. There we go. Steam voucher, 250 Rand coming your way from Evesports if you type the keyword, which I'm assuming is going to be Yorba once again. I don't have any more info on that. So let's just go with Yorba. I'm taking some initiative here on the broadcast tonight. Opening up the giveaway for the 250 Rand Steam voucher. If you keep to throw your name in the hat, type Yorba in chat. Doesn't matter if it's caps, no caps, but only enter once. I say this every week and I still see people entering more than once. It means your entry gets discredited, man, and nobody wants to see that happen. Nick, what a first map out of ATK. They were pretty much in control of proceedings the entire time there. Even though Sinister 5 were fighting back a little bit on that T side, they still always kept calm, cool, and collected. And that's always a great sign to see out of a team like ATK.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sinister 5, going back on that, you got to think about the gifts of rounds that the anti-ecos give you. I mean, every single anti-eco that ATK had, they made it competitive. I mean, even the round where Chappie got 3, that still came down to like 3 players staying alive, which I guess is not the worst case scenario. But I mean, ATK, they always had their foot on the throats of Sinister 5, always making them understand the magnitude of each gun round coming in. And I mean, coming out of it, like Mango with the 490%. At the 490 damage rather, coming in the last round, I was absolutely cracked. I said, how many did you get, Matt? He only gets 1, bro. He only gets 1. Cast his curse in the best way possible.
Oh man, Andy's in chat. I saw him enter the giveaway, so he's gonna catch that. Thanks, Nick. Just throw me under the bus there, drive it over,
anyway.
reverse the bus back again, and then just park it there on top of me.
And then I'll give you a soggy rap afterwards, just so you don't enjoy it.
As long as it's not a soggy Mari, then I'm all good, guys. We're gonna be taking taking a 5-minute break before we turn with Inferno. We'll be back after a short break. We'll announce the winner of the giveaway. We're going to see if ATK closes in 2-0. We'll see you guys shortly. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this upper bracket matchup between ATK and Sinister 5. We just came off the back of a bit of a belting on Vertigo at the hands of ATK, winning Sinister 5's map pick out 16-9. I mean, the scoreline doesn't look too bad from Sinister 5's perspective, but if you watch the game, you sort of... ATK were always in control. There was never like an 8-7, 8-8, 9-8, and then ATK tore away. It was a fairly good chunk of rounds between the two teams, and now we come into ATK's playground, you know, like the teacher standing at the door, opening the door like, come in, my children, come for a lesson, you know, I'm about to school you on Inferno. Yeah. I mean, how does Sinister 5 approach this one, Nick?
It's that sort of white van that's parked out in the back of school with the free candy spray painted on in black spray paint, which has run out halfway through. That's what ATK's Inferno is. It's baiting you in. Let's play on a very simple map, but we'll show you how utility works, how to peek with flashbangs, how to do everything that ATK do so well on every other map. I just feel like Inferno is just the blueprint of why they're such a good team, why they're so polished. And I mean, Sinister 5, they're going to have a real rough time. In all honesty, I think it's pretty much going to be a 2-0 for all my goodness and all my hope. I hope Sinister 5 have got some sort of thing in the pocket, because ATK's Inferno, it looks polished, it looks good, and it looks like it's ready to be taken overseas, in all honesty.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually quite a turnaround when you think about it. I mean, it was actually the one map that Goliath was able to beat them on, you know, sort of eight months ago. And it was the map that ATK just turned to perma banning. They just like banned it every time they played. At first it was like Goliath, then they started banning it against everyone, and then they started reintegrating it to get back into their map pool against sort of lower tier teams, and now it's like a home pick for them. They've come full circle, and I guess that's probably the work of Spray as well, right? You know, just working everything out for the team on the map, sort of fixing all their blemishes as well, and making sure that everybody knows what's required of them sort of role-wise. It's always been their CT side, in my opinion, that's let them down a little bit on Inferno, and I think that could actually sort of be because they tend to be a bit too aggressive on the CT side, so sometimes they'll lose that early pick without being traded, and then, oh man, 4v5 early round, Inferno could actually be like the worst map out of the map pool, maybe outside of Niix, to have to play 4v5 early round. So it's a tough ask, but now, as I say, they've come full circle and they look great on the map, and it's going to be so tough for Sinister 5 to be competitive here, man. I mean, they're going to have a lot of challenges to overcome if they are going to be.
Yeah, I think one big X factor that ATK have on Inferno, like, not to discredit what Doru put into the team, but I think the way how Mango plays N1 or lane, well, I think it's like, if you want to play N1, just watch Mango demos, because yes, he relies a lot on his aim, but he gets on the pallet when the smoke's dropped, he peeks around it, he plays for information to the highest quality. I think he's going to be a massive X factor coming into this Inferno, and I mean, my days of Sin 5 got a rough time on their hands.
They certainly do. They find themselves on the CT side to kick off proceedings. Ruben hasn't bought anything. Oh god, you hate to see it happen. But he'll just tell you he's saving. I know, that's what I was going to say. He's saving for next round. Lately, he's got a job to do right now. He's getting a huge amount of information, and Fady comes flying around the corner. Lately, able to put him to sleep at least, and now it's Chappy towards Archers, who has the next job to do, and he's also able to find a pick at least, but Lately's gone down, and Mistim's going to be following up with the frag onto Frozen. It's just kills back and forth right now. Bodies hitting the ground, and as the dust settles and the bomb gets planted, the 2 versus 2 ensues. Slowly towards apartment, or rather library, is going to be a massive fight against Sheer, while Ruben tries to come up and wrap around through Bane, or Archers rather, all over the show right now. I am hopefully the players' answers. They have their aim on point. Retake commencing here for Sinister 5 as they look to get themselves onto the site, but this crossfire is just so tough for Ruben to deal with. Where do you even aim at that point? And he just gets destroyed by Mango.
Yeah, Bob and Weave, boys. Bob and Weave. Slowy and Mango winning out that 2 kills apiece. Mistim rather chiming in for one of his own means that the pistol round on ATK's map pick is going to go their way. Ruben with the saved money, actually, he's got an XM. So maybe this isn't expected. Maybe he has a bit of a... he welcomes them with open arms when they come up a B, but we'll see how this chooses to go. Ruben, oh yeah, actually is going to get entertained.
Oh no, he's ticking down, he's ticking down. Actually, he ticks down to 29 from the molly. And that sort of, I think, baits Blaze into trying to take the fight, but there we go. The trade comes through. I was on board with it, man. I was going to say Ruben gets the multi-frag, and that was the plan all along, but Slowy, he doesn't mind tanking the scout shot because he knows he can just chase down the player thereafter. He's been in that reverse position a number of times, and he wants to keep forcing the issue, waiting in the smoke for it to dissipate. In the meantime, Chappie's about to go down here to Fady, no doubt. Oh, no. Somehow Chappie actually wins out that fight, so... least that's an extra frag for Sinister 5 in the round.
Save, dude. Like, yeah, I think if you're Sin 5, just save these. And I mean, ATK understand that they're going to try to do so. So they're hunting with these Mac 10s. See if they can get these extra bit of bank and even take these guns away from Sinister 5. Missed them. Chappie's actually hiding behind the smoke. 22 HP. So that's why it gets randomly spammed. And
Chappie's, there's no way.
He's super scared.
I was going to say there's no way Chappie survives here, but actually it doesn't. Are they going to be? Yeah, Slowy absolutely gets the kill here, right? I mean, there's no way he doesn't, and there we go. Extra $600 for him. Triple kill in the round to secure proceedings, and Sinister 5 are going to have to hard eco coming into the next round.
Flash play middle? Something like that?
Yeah, not a bad idea. You can see they picked up 3 HEs, the fourth there as well. Oh, Chappie, that's quite a large investment to be making coming into this round, considering the next is going to be a gun round. That means he has to get a kill with the gun, right? To get that extra $900.
Yeah.
Double molly there. Potentially a misplay. They'll tell you they just wanted to do extra damage.
Oh. So rough. The nades do so much damage when you don't have armor, dude. Like, when a nade lands on your feet, it does like 80 damage, and then you're like, dude, I haven't even seen someone, and I'm 7 HP. Ruben's not having a fun time of it.
I'm so glad that they changed the ways that the nades work, you know, a couple months ago now. You know, they used to get caught behind, like, tiny lips, and they would just completely negate all the damage it did. It felt like nades used to be so inconsistent and like, less viable for it. So, there we go. There's Chappie's kill, at least. But, yeah. Great change to the HE grenade. I think it's brought it into play a lot more here.
Slowy's walked in B and he's got 2 sick info play coming out from Slowy. Finds out that the site is not... Chappie's trying to take that duel from top mid to Mexico with the Mag 7. And then he just took his time. He was like, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be working out too well. Heading into the first gun round, this is it, where Sinister 5 want to try and lay down the law, and they've immediately reverted to the double AWP setup here, looking to try and make an impact from the get-go. Frozen with his AWP making his way towards middle, and Ruben with his AWP towards the B-bomb side. Only 2 players towards B right now insinuates they're not going to be looking to try and take any early control. And that's it. You can see lately pulled out the util. He's just going to wait here. As soon as Ruben fires off a shot, he drops the util, and it's one of the more basic sort of approaches to play the B-bomb site. Remember, we do have a giveaway open at the moment, guys, for a 250 rand Steam voucher as Frozen opens up his account on the map as he takes on Fady, and that's a nice first pick as well. Going to be a battle that we see quite frequent here for the rest of the half, sort of Fady in towards apartments, looking to force fights. I do like the way Frozen's repositioned himself here, looking to try and keep himself in the action. We saw him doing that on Vertigo as well. Gets the kill and then looks to try and change up where he is to continue having an impact. As I said, though, we have a giveaway open for a 250 rand Steam voucher at the moment. Keyword is Yoba. So get those entries in. If you've answered already, don't answer again.
Entering again's bad. Don't do it.
There we go. Maybe I should just start using those words.
Bad for your health.
I mean, we're gamers, bro. It doesn't really affect us, Chappie.
We're heading one off, dude.
Yeah, oh man. Trying to make the read. Chappie was watching towards apartments, but the first flash was perfect. Means that he was completely blind, that he didn't see anybody coming out. And he gets punished. Shia finds the kill, but I'm not sure if that's even still enough to convince... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if that's even enough. The fresh smoke dropped on Moto as well. You just need to look to try and take these weapons into the next round. Shia, he's going to be boosting Ruben up here. I mean... Yeah, I'm completely on board for the savior from this point. I mean, enough weapons to force around in the next round. Especially since you've got the AWP as well. And there we go. The penny drops. They decide to get out of dodge and take these guns into the next round.
Lately sticking around, which I think is confusing considering you need the guns more than the T's do, you know? Okay, now he's going to get out. Or, okay, yeah. So it's like, you understand that you killing a T... Genuinely, they don't care. They'll throw away one of their AKs if they have to, sort of thing. So
all three, bro. They'll throw all 3 away to just get your info.
So it's just important to understand. Like, if you're ever in a pug in that sort of situation, you've lost 3 rounds in a row. If you're sticking around for a frag, it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt the T's in that sort of scenario. Like, just save the gun. It's better for you. It's better for the team. And I mean, it's just gonna be an eco round, a couple upgraded pistols, some armor purchased up. So definitely winnable round for Sinister 5. A nade that does 7 damage going Mistim's way, so Gonna see how this round plays out.
Yeah. Looks like ATK want to try and posture themselves aggressively here towards middle in the early stages of the round. There's a player in apartments and a player towards archers. And in fact, the apps player, Chappie, sort of bypassed them here. Might be able to round on them in boiler again. He was able to get that job done with the Mag 7 a couple rounds ago. In the meantime, though, Ruben gets traded for Fady. And it looks like ATK are going to be going back towards this B-bomb site. It is just an eco for Sinister 5, which is something to be conscious of. So even though they save those 3 weapons, they decide to just eco in the round, trying to let those 3 weapons get the job done. And if they don't, well, then you just buy up in the next. Definitely the preferred approach, in my opinion, as Frozen completely blinded up, just lands a timing shot onto Blaze. I know I was going to say Chappie, he's rounding on them right now, but unfortunately the timing's just not really working out for him. The bomb's gotten through. He hasn't really been able to capitalize, and he, like a moth to a flame, he just made a V-line straight for that AK on the ground and missed him, mops him up. So, you know, Sinister 5, now they can have a crack at things. They're going to be able to buy up in the next round regardless of what happens. So, this is, I'd say this is where you could consider going for it. You got some smokes and a flash on Frozen as well. Maybe you save the AWP, but I wouldn't mind seeing the rifles try and enter into proceedings.
Oh, I think they're just going to choose to save. And Mistim's going to be on their tails. Mistim can catch all of them in retreats. He's going to be good for 1 on the spray. Gets 2 and bottom mid. He's going to get a 3rd.
Oh man,
Mistim,
you hate to see it.
He gets as many kills in the round as he has M's in his name.
Oh jeez,
goodness!
You
dude,
really.
I was waiting for a 3K, dude. I had that written down. I was really...
Yeah. You read that. That was coming every day of the week. You knew it, Mr. Clairvoyance. I mean, that's why you're becoming the full-time coach.
I just haven't been able to say it lately, you know.
But to be fair, that's just so unfortunate for Chappie, like coming up from second middle, because you feel like you're in such a good position and then you just can't capitalize. And speaking about capitalizing, it's Slowly with the AWP who opens things up onto Frozen, getting the better of his opposite number. And we spoke about trying to play those 4v5s on the CT side, how rough it is. And the main reason I say that is because you're faced with an immediate dilemma. Do you pad up the A defense with that 3rd player? Do you split 2-2? It's just, oh man, trying to defend A with only 2 players is so rough. And right now they only have 1 on the bomb side, and it's sheer. I mean, this is just ATK playing this T side to perfection right now, Nick. They're completely changing things up round after round, mixing things up with the pace. And also, they show the same face in the early stages of the round, but then do completely different things off the same platform. So it's not even like Sinister 5 can make any concrete reads off of the early info. I'm loving this T side of ATK so far.
Yeah, I mean, Fady's probably going to get these last 2 frags. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, you didn't see him. Unlucky, yeah.
Okay. Chappie's just going to be saving this. I don't think he'll be able to because he's going to get taken down. But you were saying
Nick, can you tell the future?
Yeah, maybe I just know these things, bro.
Yeah.
But what you were saying was about like ATK, they're doing the basics and they're doing them really, really well. And I was watching Garrett or Mr. Stream the other day, and he said pretty much in SA, it seems like teams forget about fundamentals. You know, they forget about the default pretty much, which is what people can live and die by on the T side. You can literally default out and win rounds. And one thing that's about a default is you can't necessarily counter a default. You can counter how people take certain areas of the map, but the default itself, its prime objective is to gather info and deny information from the CTs. So what ATK have got is they have their default so drilled and so rehearsed that you like when they're doing it properly, when they do it to full effect, you can't have any success because their default is sorted. Fady, his aim is sorted. He's 3, 4, another eco ace incoming, surely, for the boys.
No, Mango's gonna rob him.
TK him.
Yeah, take your 5th kill at the expense of your teammates.
But what I basically want to say is ATK, they just have their fundamentals on point. And once you have the fundamentals, you can then start adding the fancy stuff, a couple set pieces and stuff like that. And then you sorted, you know, once you have the fundamentals down, you can live and die by them.
You know what's so rough is the core of this team, the core 4 have been together for like coming up on a year now, bro. So like they've had so much time to iron out all of these small details and add these complex layers to their game, where other teams in South Africa, they haven't had the time to bring that into the equation. You know, you think about how pretty much every other team in South Africa has made a roster change, if not multiple roster changes, as Frozen opened things up in the apartments again. But, it's actually, was that a point pick or an apps pick? It was an apps pick, okay. But regardless, point being, ATK, they've just had the time to add all these layers to their game, and it's so evident in the way they've been playing Slowy. He's just, it doesn't matter what gun he has. If he sees a gap, he's taking it.
Oh, now look how Sin5 are so scared of this B pinch that lately he's thrown this deep smoke towards CT. However, Slowy, he's not even entertaining the issue. He's just locking out these CTs from rotating. But lately, he's going to take out Mango in the flame. Slowy coming through the smoke. He's going to get taken
big
down.
play.
Sick third frag coming out from
Yeah.
lately. But it's missed him. The clutch minister himself in the 1v2.
Oh, gets dealt with. What a massive round that was from lately. The quad kill there to pick up the first for Sinister 5. But all of those were such high impact frags. And he actually plays that pretty decently. I mean, things look to get out of control there when ATK popped through that smoke. They don't even give much of an idea that they're going to be execing. And lately stands tall from coffins. But it was that kill onto Slowy as he came through CT. That was the really important frag to solidify the round. Because if he goes down to Slowy there, it's a 2v1. And all his hard work probably for nothing, right? So great work there by him to find the quad kill to get Sinister 5 across the line.
Yeah, but you best believe ATK, they're gonna have their foots on your throats once more. Sin 5, they're gonna try for this early 3-man B lean, see if they can get a read into what ATK is boiling up. As they're actually gonna re-aggress towards this top banana position. Ruben's gonna contact with the AWP. But there's going to be 3 players greeting them, one of which is Blaze playing anti-flash, so he's not going to get blinded at all, means he's going to get 1 and a second.
Oh,
they understand that the flash is still there, so they know one player is still on the bomb site. Lately, that is, he's only going to be good for 1, which means Mango is going to chime things up and make the B bomb site vacant. Fady, he's even going to cut out these rotates, catching Chappy, pushing for a smoke. ATK are playing this to... Oh, this is
Chef's kiss.
Honestly, like, dude, this is the good rap we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's got everything. It's got everything.
You see, now that you've eaten, Nick, you're happy to bring out the food analogies again, you know? Some of us Archer aren't as fortunate as you.
The best just... Dude, the guacamole on that was phenomenal, bro.
Oh, God. Great round by ATK. Straight back to winning ways as well, just to continue to pile the misery on. And Frozen probably doesn't even save this AWP when you look at Mistim's position. Yeah, destroyed. 8-1. ATK are on an absolute tear right now. And I mean, it is the T side that's always been their strength on this map, right? If anything, it's the CT side where they've sort of struggled in the past, but the T side is unmatched in South African Counter-Strike. And when I say in the past, I mean like 3 to 5 months ago was where they were really struggling on the CT side. Coming into the new year, they've definitely rectified things, and it's a lot more solid than it used to be. 8-1 here, anti-eco round for ATK to make it 9-1 and really run away with this map.
Yeah, stack towards upper B. Blaze, he's around this area. Imagine that a nade, dude. Oh, so much damage will be done. Chappie's going to get taken out towards apps. It is an eco, though. It's not really much to write home about. Lately, he's supposed to be on the smoke, so he can get 1. No, he can't. Blaze. Oh, he only got 1 there. Slowly got the other. That's upsetting. Fair play hands.
It'd be like that sometimes. I'm just checking the util damage here. 146 on Blaze, 133 on Slowy, 89 on Mango. I mean, normally, traditionally, the CT side of this map is where you really rack up those numbers, especially towards Banana, right? But on the T side, they've been effectively using their utility as well. Good to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice when you understand the magnitude of your utility, whether it's the importance of a nade, especially on CT side, or using your mollies effectively on your default, stuff like that. I mean, that molly towards middle... Super nice change of pace coming out from ATK.
Yeah,
to explode middle with that flashbang. However, now they've got a motor smoke to deal with.
Jesus. This is so clean out of ATK right now. The pinch is going to come through onto the bomb site. Mistim's movement is flippin' clean as well. Takes down Chappie. Going to double down on Sheer. He gets robbed by Fady, but he's not going to care at all. This ATK are so dangerous right now. You can just see this is so well coordinated. I mean, if you're like a fan of textbook Counter-Strike, you're absolutely creaming yourself right now.
3v3 on the retake. Molly towards the site and a flash above Grey, but missed him. He's not going to be blind, which means he's going to have free reign on these plays. Fady even picks up 1 full blind and through smoke. That's when you know things are going your way.
I love that rap so much. The change of pace, the first flash towards N1, and then they throw the molly next to quad there to force the player back. The second flash comes through as well, which means those 2 players rapping Arch can fly through all the way. The smoke's already landing Library and Archers by the time they hit N2, so they just keep on going all the way, and just because there's a smoke in Moto, that doesn't stop them. They don't think, oh, now we have to stop the entire strat. No, just flash straight through and continue committing. Great work by ATK.
Oh, and just like that, Sun5 are back on Deagles. It seems to be everything. Chappie pushed Balcony the other round and got fragged by Frady. It just seems everything's the same. Everything's happening at the same pace. Mistim's got a Mac 10, so you can get some information towards this B bomb site. Lately, he's going to peek that CT smoke. Fled towards first oranges. Ruben can't get anything done. Lately, pushing the smoke gets one onto Mistim. But it's going to be as clean as you want. And if you're the terrorist or ATK in this sort of scenario, Mistim's pushing 16k, Slowy's pushing 16k, Mango's going to be at that $14,000 mark. Things are going super well for ATK. The economy's looking really good. None of these rounds are really close at all. The gun rounds are looking solid. The anti-eco is looking solid. ATK are looking solid.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at the frags. That's all you have to see. You just press tab and you just look at the numbers alone. Mistim is 14 and 3. He's flexing on them right now. Slowy 12 and 2. And that's on the T side as well. I mean, normally we look to Slowy to dominate CT sides with his AWP, but he's evolving and showing he can be as impactful on the T side as well. And Fady, can't discount him. He's 13 for 7 as well. So, I mean, between the three of them alone, off the back of some really nice setups as well, they're just outclassing Sinister 5 right now.
Yeah, and it's super rough if you're Sinister 5. You're not having any luck with the read you're making. You're having a three-man B lean sort of thing at the early rounds, and then ATK are just rapping on you. When you're trying for this A setup and you're trying to cheat a player back towards B late in the round, then ATK are coming out apps and they just seem to be reading Sin 5 like a book. Chappie's actually going to throw a deep mid smoke from spawn. That is something G2 have added to their repertoire on how they play.
Oh, cheers, Ruben.
Oh, what is... Oh, sick banana take coming out. So smoke toward pool and a molly towards sandbags, meaning that ATK have another opening pick. And Sin 5, they feel like they just can't win.
Yeah. Absolutely, as you know, I really like that smoke towards pools, and now they're going to just charge straight through that smoke. My god, Lately and Chappie get mowed down. I love that slight change up though, so they make sure they get that smoke in pool so that they can isolate anybody who's top banana. And they don't even have to actually take the fight with him because the molly gets the kill. Fady, well, it wouldn't be a lurk round for him if he didn't pick up a multi-kill at the bare minimum. And yeah, just great work by ATK. They're in free flow right now across the board. And looking completely unstoppable.
It's going flow state, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like when everything's just going your way.
Yeah,
easy,
absolutely, man. That's
fragging.
You can just see how comfortable everybody is right now on the team. Everyone's on the same page. There's a clear plan at the start of every round as to how they're going to be approaching it. And Nick, I'm not sure if we've actually seen like an exact same look round yet out of ATK in all 13 rounds that we've seen so far. Just seems like they've got so many different layers to pull out, you know, changes of pace, changes in timings, changes in angles and variations in approach. All those small and subtle differences are just making it so tough right now for Sinister 5 to make any reads or predictions.
Yeah, because what they did the one round is they take banana aggressively. So then you're like, oh my days, let's stack 3 towards B. Maybe they'll take banana aggressively again. Next thing you know, they're rapping A straight off the bat with flashes before smokes have even bloomed. They're in your face sort of thing. And then as soon as that happens, then they slow down the pace. They're playing it super slow again. So if you're a Sinister 5, you can't make a read. If you're ATK, you're playing Sinister 5 like a book. They're trying to dump the util early to stop these aggressive players. And it's pretty much just like, you're guessing. Sinister 5, they're thinking, oh, maybe ATK make an aggro play this round. Let's dump util. Let's 3-stack B. Like what they're doing now. They've said that there's 3B, and now ATK, they're just playing things super slow. The util coming out from Sinister 5 has had little to no impact in the round.
Yeah, it's rough scenes here on the CT side. Rough scenes indeed. There we go. Frozen opens his account in the round with that AWP shot, taking down his opposite number. And off the back of that ATK, now you know that they're going to have to commit to the safe bomb site. There's still 3 players who lie in wait here, so should be a solid defense at the bare minimum. Looking to try and isolate this player towards Cubby. Ruben waiting. Oh, the smoke. It seems like it misses its mark, and that actually forces Slowy, or rather Ruben, into the pick. And he's able to find 2, so he triples his numbers with those 2 kills. And this is looking way more convincing from Sinister 5's perspective.
Oh. 2v5 though, so don't count ATK out just yet. They're 13-1 up for a reason. Missed him. It's going to catch Lately pushing through the smoke, and we were speaking about a 2v5, and just like that,
wow,
it's a 2v2. Frozen and Ruben trying to wrestle things back, trying to make it 13-2. Missed him over towards N1. There's a player just there around the other side of the smoke. Or the wall, rather. Ruben's having
Frozen.
a standoff with him.
Oh, there we go. Fady walks straight into the crosshair. Now it's missed him in the clutch, and he's in a very open position, but still able to take down Ruben. Now it's on Frozen in the clutch. He's pulled the pistol out. He's going to go for the elevation. Oh, missed him. He runs out of ammo. Switches it to a pistol fight. And Frozen's going to tap him down. It's a 3-piece for him in the round, and a second for Sinister 5 in the half. As he does have enough time to complete the defuse.
They've doubled their rounds, dude. How's that?
Yeah. So how's that one, Chief?
18-4, dude. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Just that's one of the halves that's just like that the game is over in the first half type of thing. Like, you know, it's not an often thing where you can call the game at halftime, but for Sinister 5 to make a comeback in this situation would be absolutely remarkable and nothing short of a miracle, in my opinion. When you just see how well ATK are playing right now, this is their game every day of the week. They find themselves on the CT side as well. They've got the 4-1 stack. Mango, my god, he's going to be limping back onto that A side. I say limping, he's going to be without limbs going back onto that A side. And Fady's also been brought down low. So, I mean, this T-side pistol's got a bit of vigor about it right now. And Sinister 5, they've taken some decent control to work with. They've secured Banana. Slowy, oh man, he's on a mission right now. He's the player with util as well. Generally, you want that man to be in the back line, keeping his life. He's just going to be tapping away. Gets a kill onto Sheer. No trade either. But Slowy's just biting off a lot more than he can chew here. So Blaze, he gets in on the action and says, don't worry, young lad, I got you. Who was bullying you? I'll take care of them. Blaze, he finds a third in the round, and he's going to be taking Ruben as well. He becomes the fourth victim. Mr. Josh, clean as you like. We'll see you in your next highlight video.
Dude, that's got to be there. How's it, Oaks? My name's Josh. This is my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, hit the bell icon, and I get 4 on pistol rounds. That's what Josh is saying, dude. Josh.
All headshots as well.
Easy.
Quoted. Quoted before he said it. Guys, let's roll the giveaway and see who's going to be taking home that 250 Rand Steam voucher. Let's see who's going to be taking that home before this game ends, because it could be coming to a very quick end. Oh my god! Quicker than we may have anticipated. Mango, Fady, Slowy pick up all 5 kills between the 3 of them. You blink and you miss it. Luca Janssen van Rensburg, he's going to be 250 Rand Steam voucher money richer. And
he just entered, dude. How's that? Unless that was his second type.
No, that had to have been his second type. G, you can't win a giveaway before you've entered. That's not normally how these things work.
JVR for the boy, 250 bucks.
Yeah, things you'd love to see. Things we would love to see is Sinister 5 actually fighting their way back into this game and make ATK work for that map and match point. That's what they find themselves sitting on right now. And look at Mango's position. Gets caught off by the ramp player. And yeah, ATK are being punished right now, as they should be. I mean, maybe they've forgotten that the halves have switched and they're actually on the CT side defending right now, Nick.
Maybe. Missed them left in the 1v4 against 4 AKs. He's going to molly up a B, which shows that Sin 5 now know that he's over towards B, but he's actually going to hightail it towards A. So he's using his utility to show presence.
Does he win this, Nick?
And now he's in the site. Does he win this? I think he probably gets... He's got an MP9. If he had an M4, different story. But the problem is he's got an MP9. Doesn't win this.
Okay, you said it first, guys. You heard it here first. Nick has no faith in Mistim. And it's looking like his ill faith is well placed. Missed him dancing around. He's just going to run out of ammo. As you say, if he had an M4 in that position, who knows? Anything's possible. But eventually, Sinister 5 do find his number and take him down.
Dude, it's so, like... I think if he has an M4, it's a different ball game. Like, those 2 players running up N1, he doesn't have to, like, run around getting those frags using the MP9 running. He just gets the first kill, then literally peeks out and gets the second, and then he can play the round how he wants. But I mean, missed him. You can never count him out.
Frozen. Actually, he takes a couple ticks to the fire, and then he catches an HE as well. So before he's even fired a bullet or seen an enemy, he's down to 50, and then 19.
He's gonna get
money. Man, the life of a banana player. It's a rough one. It's a very rough one, and there's just nothing you can do about it. You just have to sort of accept your fate, and he's going to actually swing out of the smoke. He wants to try and respond with the molly of his own. Going to cost him his life. Slowy giving his position away. They're firing through the smoke. Slightly over-aggressive there from him, but nothing that we're not used to. Missed him in a good position to shut down Ruben here. He spotted him out. So that's going to be an easy kill. Yeah, there we go. Gets him across the line eventually. Sheer, he's the key right now. He's the one who has to try and trade it out. You can see Missed him is aware of the threat. And there we go. Sheer times his peak to perfection. And that's the round over. Good work by Sinister 5.
Yeah, finally, Sinister 5 are putting up some relatively convincing rounds on the board. I'm going to say that. And next thing we know, it's going to be a 1v1 clutch in no time. But ATK just looked like they were just going to choose to save, which I respect. But finally, it's a convincing round. 3 people stay alive. And Sinister 5, they post their 4th on the board. Finally, they can make some sort of a comeback, have some sort of rebuttal, make some sort of a stay on ATK's map pick.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I will say, when you play against ATK, you always want to be realistic about your opportunity to win the game, right? Because if you're unrealistic and you set unrealistic expectations, then you set yourselves up for disappointment, right? But I think sort of the narrative now for teams in South Africa when they play against ATK is it's like, well, let's see how far we can push them this time, you know? And every time you play against them, if you push them one round further, you considering that as an improvement and you're taking positives away from that. So where I'm going with this is 15-4, losing 16-4. Oh man, you're not going to be feeling too good about that, especially 16-9 wasn't bad on Vertigo. But if they can string 3 or 4 rounds here and lose 16-8, I mean, at least they were showing some promise on the T side and was like, hey, you know, if we start a T side, maybe we make it like a 10-5 half and then we've got more confidence in the second half. So I want to see Sinister 5 keep fighting tooth and nail here and making ATK work super hard to get across the line and win the game.
Yeah, it will be super interesting coming out from them, but it is just going to be a bit of a haphazard buy coming out. Mango's just going to full bait Fady towards second mid and get the trade. That's what we love to see. Good spacing means that the CTs go 1-for-1 now. Mango, he's going to re-inquire towards middle. Still 2 players towards upper B, so Blaze is going to get taken down. Now it's a man up for Sin 5. Mango's left to anchor this B bomb side. A bomb side, rather.
So he wants the gun. He wants that AK so badly, man. Oh, never mind. He's content with pushing through the smoke. He loses his life for it. And off the back of that, Sinister 5. And they're going to burst their way into this B bomb site. Missed him, nestles himself in second oranges, and he starts saying his prayers. As he has the P250 in hand and he gets cleared by Chappie. Oh, actually, the TK lately was a bit slower on the trigger there. That leaves Mango in a very winnable situation. 1 versus 2 for him. He wants to try and find this timing on the smoke as well. Waiting in it. As it dissipates, he starts to make his way forward. Lately behind Family, he's sort of the one tasked with the responsibility right now of maybe checking this angle intermittently. But Mango's just trying to lurk his way in between them right now. Takes down the first. He knows. Oh my god, he's done it. He knew Lately was towards Family all along. You can't blame Lately for looking to try and trade him out, so he swings out immediately from Family, but Mango has his crosshair placement on point and he destroys Lately. What a clutch. What great thinking there from Mango as well. He immediately recognized his plan from the get-go, and I think that's a really important part of clutching, is having a plan. Even if you lose to the plan, at least you had a direction and idea, and you could see right there for Mango all along. He knew what he was committing to, lurks his way into the site, slowly and quietly gets himself up on the platform. The player at Coffins has no chance whatsoever, and that looked easy.
I mean, oh dude, like Mango in the clutch, like everyone from ATK, every single one of them can clutch. Imagine going against Fady in a clutch. You're super scared. Missed him, super scared. Like, oh my goodness, Mango with, and that came from a TK from Lately. Think about that. Imagine if it was 1v3, completely different story. But Lately TK his teammate, next thing you know. Oh my goodness. And
he also got the quad kill to win them one of their rounds. So, I mean, it balances each other out. It's a bit
now you lose 16-4.
But tough to be rough on him. Yeah. Well, ATK, they came out swinging. They meant business. They put on a display here in the upper bracket as they drop Sinister 5 down. And Nick, that was our upper bracket semi-final, right? Yeah, that was upper bracket semi-final, done and dusted. That means that ATK will be playing against the winner of Goliath Gaming and DNMK, and that's the game that we actually have coming up for you guys on Monday or Sunday. I don't know, Nick, if you know, but what a banger of a game that we've got coming up as well. And to make sure that you know more than I do, even though this is my job, go follow Evesports on social media. Go and check out the Battlefy page as well, and you can keep up to date with the schedule. But I mean, Nick, a lot of people used to get bored when they said Astralis keep dominating. We have a little bit of a similar theme here in ATK. Whoever they play against, they tend to beat. It's just about by how much. You still have to appreciate the level of Counter-Strike that these guys are bringing to the server.
I mean, the Inferno they played, we spoke about on T side, it felt like every single approach to a round was different. One round they take banana aggressively, one round they wrap A aggressively, one round they play completely passive. Like the fact that the other team cannot make any reads into how ATK are choosing to approach their T side just shows testament to what ATK have been putting work into the server. I mean, we can speak about, yes, they've got an air of South African Counter-Strike at the moment. They've been pretty much stomping everyone. No offense to the other teams, but they've been pretty much stomping everyone this past year or so. And in all honesty, this is what we need. You know, some team is going to set a standard of what we need South African Counter-Strike to be, and eventually their end goal is to ship them overseas, which is obviously what ATK are doing, and hopefully they can fly the South African flag high overseas, and I have no doubt they'll be able to be doing that, because what they put up in the server today, I mean, that was sick, in all honesty. Like,
that was a class performance. Yeah, the Inferno was sick. I mean, that's like a T side of Inferno that you can take to take overseas, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't just rushing up middle and banana every round and winning their gunfights and then winning the game because of that. There was a lot of construction and methodology about their approach, which is exactly what we wanted to see from them. So, class performance out of ATK as usual. Glimpses there from Sinister 5, more so on Vertigo than on Inferno, of course, but generally they were outclassed. So, that's all we have tonight, Nick.
I mean, I wish we had more. We only casting 2 zeros, unfortunately.
I mean, it's a pre 9 p.m. night once again, bruv.
Yeah, I mean, it just. However, I say this. Goliath, the NMK is going to go 2-0. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's going to go 2-0.
And the NMK win does too, 16-4.
Yeah, I may or may not be trying to jinx that, but we'll keep that between ourselves. But Goliath at the NMK, someone's going to win 2-0, so that will be a quick night as well. So we won't cast any best of 3s that actually go 3 maps, because that's overrated.
Yeah, there's the real jinx, Nick. Thank you. Okay, so guys, as I said, that's all that we have for you tonight. Be sure to follow Evesports on social media to keep up to date with the schedule. Of course, with beloved ESCOM and load shedding, it makes everybody's life very difficult. We've got like 14 different humans that we need to take into account to try and organize a game. We've got 5 players on each team. We've got 4 different commentators that we have a pool from, myself and Nick, and then Recoil and Hellbird. And then we've got our admins and our productions crew that we need to figure things out. So very tough and challenging for everybody right now to be trying to make something happen. So to be here right now is even a blessing. Anyway, just so you guys know what the crew is dealing with at the moment. It's tough, but we're making it work. We'll be back again soon. Make sure you check them out on social media. My name is Haze. I'm joined by Nick. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your night and weekend. Keep safe and keep well.